A major clean-up operation is underway in Edinburgh after a 2-week strike by refuse workers. Walkouts in Aberdeen, Dundee and the Highlands are continuing, and another wave of industrial action is planned for next week. Unions were back around the negotiating table with COSLA this afternoon in the hope of agreeing a deal. Brandon Cook reports.
Nearly 2 weeks of bin strikes during the busiest month in the capital's calendar has taken its toll. But this morning, refuse workers were back on the streets.
Well, we all seem to take a pride in the city, so we're all trying to do our best under difficult circumstances. Let's hope it's resolved soon.
Wave 1 of their industrial action is over, but Wave 2 will begin a week today if no agreement between COSLA and the Scottish Government is reached. The clean-up is widespread. Rubbish is littered across the city, but it's feared workers won't be able to tidy everywhere before the next round of strikes.
We want the streets to be cleaned, and that's the priority that we will take now. But the bottom line for us is that 85% of our budget comes from the Scottish Government, and so they're the people who fund us, and we need them to dig deep and find that resource. They've found £200 million so far, and I'm fairly sure if they consolidated the last final part of that, offered the trade unions, it may well be something we would ballot the members with.
Refuse workers in 17 other council areas, including Dundee, Aberdeen, the Highlands and Glasgow, are still on strike, though bins aren't overflowing to the extent seen in the capital yet. The rubbish is piling up in a number of areas across local authorities, something which is becoming more apparent in city streets like this one in Aberdeen. Now, this round of refuse strikes is due to finish on Thursday, but if no agreement is met soon, then expect bins to be full again from next week.
We'll never be defeated.
Elsewhere, workers from BT and Openreach were on picket lines outside offices across the country in their dispute over pay.
With the cost of living increases, last week's fuel cap increase, I'm afraid we need a decent pay rise for our members. We've got fantastic solidarity support, fantastic public support, and as I say, what we want is a decent pay.
What do we want? A pay rise! When do we want it? No!
The discontent appears set to rumble on throughout the week, while next Tuesday, school and early years staff from 9 council areas will take strike action for 3 days. That will impact learning in Aberdeenshire and Orkney. Brandon Cook, STV News.
Well, as you heard in Brandon's package, more strikes are on the cards.